Hello citizens, this is Rahat from ButtFiXx and welcome to a new game review show, Game Talk.
He is the game!
Since World Cup football is trending now, I decided to review a different kind of football video game in this inaugurating episode of the show. Full disclosure, I don't understand football very well. I am what's known as a seasonal fan who only shows any trace of enthusiasm for football during the World Cup. But as a gamer, I used to play every yearly release of the FIFA video games up to around 2006. So today, I'll be reviewing a favorite game of mine from that period, FIFA Street 2.
Now let's get down to business!
Released for PS2, original Xbox, GameCube and a bunch of other handheld consoles, this game lets you play in 3 vs 3 matches with your favorite teams. Unfortunately, unlike the mainline FIFA games, not only is the number of available teams very limited, these teams also only feature the prominent players and leave the not so famous ones out of the roster. Since it's street football, it doesn't have a referee, so it pretty much doesn't have any rules to speak of. Basically, shoving, pushing or sliding under the opponents or displaying cool tricks to get possession of the ball and scoring goals is the primary objective. So it's almost perfect for football noobs like me who also happen to like wrestling and in every football match want to watch goals being scored every few minutes.
Perfect match.
For this review, I played it on a Windows PC using an emulator. While playing it on a PC this way might enable you to play using a keyboard, but to get the most out of this game, a controller is almost mandatory.
Let's get this together, come on!
You start every match with 3 kickers and a goalkeeper. If you're not in possession of the ball, you can go to your opponent's face and flick the right analog stick in different directions to push or tackle him or pull off stylish tricks to get the ball out of his possession. Likewise, if the ball is in your possession, you can flick the right stick in different directions to trick the aggressors and keep your ball safe.
It's my ball! Only I can touch my little ball!
At first, of course, you can only perform a very limited number of these tricks. But as you keep playing and winning, you unlock newer tricks that involve other buttons in combination with the right stick to execute. If you can trick 2 or more players in a row without losing possession, the ball catches reddish fire, which gives extra speed and power to the ball when it's shot. The more of these pranks you pull on your opponents, the more of this meter fills up. And when it's full, one of those satanic cult pentagram things appear on the ground. Once you take the ball over the pentagram, you can hear Satan's heartbeat while the aspect ratio and color tone change. At this point, your legs catch fire, and once you shoot, the ball gets ignited anime style and a goal is almost ensured. While this anime mode is on, whichever opponent you trick stops chasing you and sits on the ground in utter frustration. If you can trick all 3 in a row and then score a goal, you'll instantly win the match by knockout.
Flat out! Stone cold! Ass whipping!
In the creation zone, you can create new players, pick dudes from different teams and mix them like a DJ into a custom team and create a pitch. The player creation mode is quite inclusive, as not only can you choose every human skin color, but if you identify as an alien or an avatar, you can choose the skin colors of them as well. You can also choose realistic body types and different features and thus create a more accurate representation of yourself inside the game. After creating your body, you can put hair, both the head type and the face type, and accessories of your choosing to complete player creation.
Look how big my damn nose is!
Apart from the usual friendly mode, the game really only has one game mode, which is a typical career mode called Rule the Street. You start this mode with your created player and find out that Cristiano Ronaldo is short of a teammate. So when he discovers you standing around shifty-like, he points his finger at you and says,
You wanna play in a man's world?
Of course, when Cristiano calls, you respond. So you join his team and play your first match. As expected, he abandons you right after the first match, but by then, you've already decided to make a career in street football, so now you really begin. In Rule the Street, you play different types of matches and take part in tournaments which gives you points to spend on your character in order to make him more powerful. Nothing new really. Since FIFA Street 2 isn't burdened by the rules of regular football, this career mode challenges you with a variety of matches that contain interesting objectives. For example, in some matches you don't win by scoring goals, but rather by generating more style points than your opponents. Again, in another type of match, a regular goal isn't counted on the scoreboard, so the only way you can score is by getting the anime-style bombastic goals. Overall, both for a football noob and a hardcore fan, FIFA Street 2 could prove to be a very enjoyable experience. Although the career mode being the primary thing to do in this game is kind of a bummer. While the campaign's length is impressive, a few more game modes would have made the package absolutely fantastic, especially with the outlandish concept of street football that is not bogged down by a compulsion to follow a set of rules and guides. In terms of game design, the developers could have made much better use of the premise, and in case of this game, it was indeed a missed opportunity. Now, despite being limited in its scope, the game is enjoyable enough, especially for casual gamers who want to play with a friend using a second controller. Being an old game from 2006, it obviously features players from that time, which might dissuade most younger gamers from trying it out. But unfortunately, only 2 more games in this series were released back in 2008 and 12 respectively, and then the series apparently died. So the options to enjoy this type of football games are limited, to say the least. The game contains some minor bugs which, while not game-breaking, does tend to be annoying at times. And most likely, it is because of these bugs, sometimes it's possible to score a goal with the hand of God.
Please put your hands to your mouth.
If you like this video, please subscribe to ButtFiXx, follow me on my fake profile on Facebook, and support the channel through Patreon. Links are in the description.
Kalumia alu khaya paisa jamaise tali diya jama pinda kharcha kamaise Kalumia alu khaya paisa jamaise tali diya jama pinda kharcha kamaise